Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. This is episode 69 of the Let's Play series. I hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely day. So, just doing my usual morning routine, sorting the animals out, the cows. They've all been sorted for their straw, and I'm just finishing off with the last trailer load of total mixed ration, and that should sort these guys out for the day. So now we can crack on with a bit of field work. I suppose while I'm down here actually, could just pick up one trailer load of manure from the bunker around the back here, throw that into the biogas plant and keep that going, although it is pretty full up at the minute. We do have, between the two cow stalls, cow barns, we have approximately, without being overly accurate, about 270,000 litres of slurry, and we don't actually have capacity yet in the biogas plant to put that slurry into. So what I'm going to do, because today's episode is primarily going to focus on dealing with the new field, Field 46, that we purchased in the last episode, the big one in the northwest of the map. We are going to get a load of stones picked out of it, as you may well know. Remember, if you watched the last episode, we purchased the field, it was full of weeds, and it was also full of stones, so we ran the field cultivator in there, got rid of the weeds, but obviously the stones in that field are all red, massive boulders. But that's good, because we need it. Our lime picking machine, our lime creating machine, the stone crusher, as it were, that's completely empty of stones. That has been empty for quite a while, to be honest. We haven't really done much with that. So we're going to get them all tipped into there. Now, what I am also going to do, because I have for quite a while, when it has come to picking the stones out of the field, I have been kind of lumbering on with a particularly small and narrow front-mounted stone picker. It's like a bucket, essentially, that just affixes to the front of your tractor and just runs along picking the stones up. It's got a pretty miserable working width of about 2.4 metres, I think it is. So it does take quite a while to get fields emptied, and because the one that we are going to be working in today is quite a big one, the job ahead of us is standing to be quite a long one as well. So what I'm going to do, I have downloaded a mod. It is a modded version of the base game LO Scorpio stone picker. It's not the really big one. Those of you who watched myself and Mrs. Sim Gamer in our series, no, it was the Purbeck one. We had it on quite a while back. But Mrs. SG had introduced me to it. It's the base game LO one, but it's got the really, really big, wide pickup width. Whereas the one I've found is a little bit more realistic width-wise. It does have an extra capacity, about 8,000 litres you can have it as. So that's the one I'm going to go for. It's and you can customise the colours as well. So just for a bit of variety with that, we're going to run the Massey with it. We're going to take this stone picker that we currently have mounted to the front. We're going to take that down to the shop, get it sold. It's not worth a huge amount of money, I don't think. We're going to pick ourselves up this nice new one. I'm going to paint it in Massey colours, and we're going to run it in that field, and then get it all brought back to the lime machine. Now, speaking of the lime machine, actually, before I go any further, let's just jump out of here, because I have downloaded a couple of extra mods. One of them is quite a cool one. I saw it come out on the mod hub a couple of days ago. It's called Construction Screen Zoom. It's by a modder called, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Axel, Aekzl. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. One of those variants, Axel. But it's for PC only, and it does, quite frankly, what it says on the tin, Construction Screen Zoom, and it's pretty quite cool. So I'm going to demonstrate that now very quickly. I'm going to go into the construction menu, because, again, going back to the last episode, I had installed a handful of these automatic water feeding pumps from another mod there. Now, interestingly, the two systems that I have that I wanted to hook this water system up to is obviously the lime crusher here, the stone crusher, sorry, because that takes water, and also our seed and fertilizer production system here, which also takes water. But as you can see, when I hover this pump, it's worked so far with everything that I've placed it near, but this one doesn't seem to recognise that it has water. So which is a bit frustrating. So I don't know if it's going to be if I'm going to be able to make this one work with that. But as you can see, when you bring it close to a production system that does require water, there you go. As you can see there, it says you can place it. But look at, you can zoom in really quite close. That's literally what the construction screen zoom mod does, and it's really quite cool. I know this is only a water pump, but this might be quite helpful. I have to forgive the clipping now. It's clipping on trees and lampposts, I think. But yeah, it's a really pretty cool mod. So for little things that you're placing, perhaps it could be quite helpful, and just for more precise placing of buildings and such, it could be a very helpful mod. But obviously this is allowing me to place it here, but it's also allowing me to place it here. I think roughly about here is like the border of where it says I can place it. So what I am going to try, just for my own peace of mind, I'm actually going to place this water pump here because it still seems to recognise this, but it's actually closer to this. So I'm hoping somehow it might work. It probably won't, knowing my luck, but if I place it somewhere here, whether it might work for both of these. So we're going to do that right now just to see. So I'm going to place it. Forgive the zooming in and out, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, I'm going to place it about there, just nestling into the trees. There we go. Okay, so if I go to if I now come out of that, go into the production system mod 1. Okay, so there's the lime. Right, so it's worked for the lime. There we go. So if I go to the seed, no, it still hasn't worked for that one, has it? There you can see you can tell it's worked because, as you can see there, it gives you like over 1 billion litres of water, which is obviously, indicating that it's going to be a never-ending supply of water. But no, sure enough, it still hasn't recognised the seed and fertilizer production factory. Never mind. But it's still, it was proving to be a little bit awkward to place over here because it is quite lumpy and bumpy, to be honest. So anyway, that's that done anyway. Right, so we've now got a constant water supply for our lime station, which we're going to get filled up today. It currently has 0 stones in there. But again, jumping very quickly into the map PDA just to show you the state of Field 46 up here. There we go. Field 46. There we go. Stones. Every single one of them is red. There's not a hint of yellow or orange there, is there? So they're all big. It's a big field, so we're going to get a lot of stones out of there. So let me just very quickly jump back to the Massey. Right. So I'm going to go and make my way down to the shop. We're going to get rid of this stone picket. We're going to buy ourselves a nice shiny new one, which will hopefully make the task at hand of picking the stones out of this field considerably shorter. So I'll see you down there in a few moments' time. Right, here we are, down at this shop. Now, I have just fast-forwarded time a couple of hours. It was a bit, as much as I do love a nice, authentically sunny but relatively dark early morning, it was proving a little bit dark for the video content. I appreciate that. So, right, let's repair this. Sell one. Yeah, it's not worth any money at all, is it? 1815. But we'll sell it nonetheless. There we go. And we'll jump back into the shop menu here. Where are we? Stone picker. Can't see for look. There we go. Right, so this is the modded one we have here by RGM 8000 XL. Excellent stuff. So we'll keep we don't need to worry about tyres or anything like that. Capacity, we are going to go for the extension. So it goes from 2,000 litres to 8,000 litres, 8 cubic metres. I am going to paint it in Massey Ferguson colours. There we go. We're going to go for the design colour, which I think over on the far right here is a silver steel, which I quite like the look of, to be honest. And the rim colour, we're going to go for the light grey there. That looks alright, doesn't it? £57,500. That'll do. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So now, that stands us in much better stead, I feel, to get all these stones picked. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's get it hooked up. Now, I've got no idea if we're going to be able to get the whole field's worth of stones in here. I have no idea what kind of capacity that field has in it at the minute. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now we have the capacity for future fields full of stones. make the job a whole lot easier. So, we're going to make our way right round to the field right away, because we're literally just round the corner. It's just down here on the right-hand side, over the bridge. I don't know how well this is going to work with auto drive. Getting over the bridge. Now, there are a couple of field access points. There's that one there, but there's a fence here that just makes that access a little bit awkward. I don't know why that fence is there, because there's a fence there. But yeah, it makes for turning into this gate a little bit awkward. There are actually multiple access points for this field. We've got this one here. We've got the one we're heading for there, which is over the little stone bridge. There's one on... Oh no, that's the other field. And there's one... There you go, just kind of directly in front of us there, which goes straight into one of our existing fields as well. But I'm going to refrain from making an access point into there at the minute, just because, as I say, it means running around the edge of one of our existing fields. So this has always been my preference, but it doesn't. We're right on the edge of the map here, so I can't veer too far to the left there. Oh, maybe it might work. You never know. Yeah, this is my preferred field entrance for this one. But as you can see, it is absolutely rammed with massive, massive rocks. Let's get this thing unfolded. There we go. Now, this one does have a slightly wider working width than the base game. I think it's 7.5 meters. Let me just remind myself. So, going into the store here, so the base game one there is 5.5 meters, and this one is 7.5 meters. So yeah, it just makes it a little bit more. I suppose well, 5.5 meters isn't too bad, is it? But 7.5 is just a little bit better, I suppose. So there we go. So yeah, I'm going to crack on in this field. I'm going to get this job done. I'll pop it into a bit of a cinematic, see how far we get with it. And I'll pick you up when the job's done. There we go. Nicely done. This thing is absolutely brilliant. Very glad that I've made the purchase and got it on the farm. It has turned what I believe could quite easily have been 3 hours worth of work with that previous, I think it was the brand was a Foncasseur, was it? Stone picker. Yeah, it's turned that could have easily been north of a 3-hour job into just over 45 minutes. So that's not bad at all. So from this field, we have taken from it 27,559 litres of rocks. So we've still got 3,559 in here. And as you can see, going into the production systems menu very quickly, we've got 24,000 sat in there. Now, I haven't activated this because I wanted to give an accurate report, as it were, as to what we got from the field. But yeah, 27,559 litres. So that's brilliant, but we need to crack on straight away and start taking from that lime quantity that we have in the lime machine. We currently have 52,445, but as you can see, if you look to the bottom right there, pH value is in red. It is bad. Currently where I'm standing, 6,000 out of a needed 7,000. So that's what I'm going to crack on with now. I'm going to get this job done off camera because there is going to be, I believe, quite a lot of backing and toing from this field to the lime machine there, stocking up. Our spreader has a capacity of 4,000 litres, I think. It might be a bit more. But either way, this field is going to absolutely drink it. So we're going to crack on with that. And then when we've got that done, we're going to be spreading some digestate in here and getting the nitrogen values brought up a little bit. Now, I think, as I did mention in the last episode, that we are going to be putting this field to corn. We can start planting that next month in April. And we're going to have ourselves, in a few months' time, a massive corn foraging session and get it thrown into the bunker, get some silage made. But I think we're going to get a heck of a lot from this field, because just very loosely and not particularly accurately, but if I go to the field menu here, we did, some of you may remember quite a few episodes ago, we did a corn foraging session in field 57 here, and had it moved over to one of the silage bunkers here. And I think, if I remember correctly, we were looking around about the 600,000 litre mark, I think we got out of that, I think, whereas this field is considerably bigger. So I'd imagine the quantities that we're going to get from that, from chaff, is going to be even more. I'm going to hazard a guess and say maybe 700,000-800,000 litres, perhaps, if we're lucky. We shall see, but that is going to be a massive operation. And I think, again, I did mention in the last episode, when we get round to doing that, we'll be running the forage harvester, of course, and we'll be running both the big tractors, the Massey and the John Deere, with a trailer, and get that done in that way, because that is going to be a huge job. So anyway, right, well, I'm going to get this lot back to the farm. We're going to get this field covered in some lime, and I'll pick you up when that's done, and we'll go from there. Well, thank goodness that job is over. It has taken us just under 2 hours about. We started it at 10:40 AM and the time is now 12:40 to be exact. So yeah, pretty much bang on the nail, 2 hours. That was crazy, because that field is made up of, I'll guesstimate, about 70% silty clay. It was absolutely drinking that lime. I do love this horse area now. It really does give the area a bit of life now. I'm very glad that I've made that investment. Awesome stuff. Love it. But yeah, drinking the lime, I timed it at one point. It went from 100% full to 0 in 32 seconds. It took about 9 refills just to do the one headland on that field, because I was running course play in auto drive, just watching it go back in 2. But goodness me, that took a heck of a long time. Anyway, sorry, moan over. Job done. So pH values on that big field are now sorted. We just now need to sort out a little bit of the nitrogen levels. To do that, we are going to make a dent in our over 723,000 litres of digestate that we have sat in the biogas plant at the minute. As I mentioned before, we've got 200, or probably a bit more now, but we had 270,000 litres of slurry between the 2 cow barns, and we didn't have enough space to put that in, so that's going to be building up at the minute. But I did toy with the idea of using the slurry and making a dent in that instead of the digestate, but no, we'll keep the slurry for now. Make a dent in the digestate and just let pass time, and fill up the slurry into the biogas plant as and when needed. So I think, to be fair, this thing does need a bit of a wash actually first, doesn't it? Get this cleaned off. It's been busy. hard at work this morning, this Massey. So we'll get this lot cleaned off. I've got the John Deere hooked up to the slurry tanker, as you'll see over there, full of digestate, ready to go and make a start again in that field. Hopefully it won't take too long like it did with this one, but you never know. As I say, with it being silty clay, it may drink that up as well. So I'll get this lot sorted, get it cleaned up, tidied away, put into the workshop. I'll join you back on the way back to the field in the John Deere. And back we go. So, like I said, we've got 18,000 litres of digestate loaded up in here. Now, obviously, the application of digestate bases itself on the soil yield potential and not the crop that is in the ground. Obviously, we don't actually have a crop in the ground anyway. So, we'll apply what we can with this. And next month, we will get the corn drilled and then give it a quick once-over with the fertilizer sprayer, using some liquid fert if need be, or some solid fert if we need to, with the Kubota spreader that we've just been using with the lime. But yeah, get the field prepped, and then all that's left for us to do next month, like I say, give it a drilling and give it a quick once over. So I'm going to pop this job into another cinematic again. The spreading of the digestate and the backing and touring filling up at the biogas plant, which I assume we might have quite a few trips. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So, catch you all in a wee while's time.
You and I, we're trouble in sight. Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air of hope. 'Cause I'm in love, you're a star burning bright in my heart. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. We're going away. Get your back, check the tag. Journey for life, and it's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. Hang on, we'll be long gone.
And there we go, job done. A good valuable bit of field preparation sorted there. So nitrogen levels have been picked up using the digestate. Looks lovely. So it's ready for a good drilling of corn next month in April. The sooner we get it into the ground in April, the sooner we'll be able to get it out the ground in September. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a very big job. Now also at the beginning of April, jumping very quickly into the map PDA, I'll show you the nitrogen spread of that one actually. I have no idea what's going on with this top corner of the field here, but that was all applied using the automatic application rate. Not too sure what's going on with these orange strips here, but needless to say, it has all been done. But yeah, nice field of green there for the nitrogen levels. Now going into the map PDA, as you can see, growth-wise, we've got field 60, which is grass here, field 55 here, which is also grass, and we have our grass field here as well in the top corner up here, next to the spinneries. All three of those are at their first stage of growth. So come the 1st of April, this field, all three of them will be ready to go, basically, the second stage of growth. So we'll be mowing this field and getting it into the silo over here to feed the sheep over at this end. These two fields will be mowed and tedded and turned into hay in order to throw into the total mixed ration machine, because we still do have some in there. I'll again very quickly going into the productions systems menu. Where are we? There we are. Total mixed ration, yeah. So we've still got 156,000 litres of hay. I appreciate that, but we are going to need to stock up on that. So, and the one thing again that I need to do is top up on mineral feed. Now, essentially what I've been doing essentially with the mineral feed over the last couple of episodes in the background is essentially just using the store deliveries mod, placing that in the tip area of the total mixed ration machine, and just placing them there, and then they automatically feed into it, because it's because the amounts we need, it is quite a job going down to the shop and picking up 10, 20 pallets worth of mineral feed and bringing them back. It does seem to go down quite quickly as well, to be fair. But that's all good. So in the next episode, we will be starting in April. We'll be making a start, as I say, on the drilling in here and the mowing, the tedding of the grass in the other two fields. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am going to call it here for today's episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it and found it even remotely fun and interesting. Thank you very much for watching, of course. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the channel, jumping on board, giving the video a like if you can. If you have liked it, of course, it does do wonders for the channel, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, a season pass, an add-on, or even the full game itself, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, as always, I would be hugely appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.